Welcome back. We are so happy you're here, and as you can see, Scott Anthony in the mirror is already starting hard at work finishing up this design install today. Today we are going to give you a little tour of the multiple spaces that we got to touch on in this client home. We have done their little refresh in their dining room, their living room, hung wallpaper in their guest bathroom, redid the guest bedroom, which is so much fun, and did a total refresh on the master bedroom as well. So we will walk you through and tell you all the things. Today I wanted to tell you, actually Scott's going to talk about hanging a drapery rod, and we're also going to talk through how do you style bookshelves, because that can be a very challenging thing in my opinion. So I'm so happy you're here. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button if you have not already done that, and let's get to decorating together. Blinds in their windows. They want to keep those blinds just because of privacy and the fact that this is the street, the front of their home. And it's a pretty busy street. So we are going to try to soften the window, kind of disguise those blinds, since you know I always say take your blinds out whenever you can. But we are going with a double curtain rod so that decorative panels on the outside, and then we're going to have these on the inside. I'm not usually a fan of a pull pocket drape. I love a back tab or one that you can hang with rings that you'll see today. But when you go with a double rod, you definitely want a pull pocket in my opinion. And that's just gonna sit really just straight flush on the back that you'll see. You have to iron, you guys. Iron, iron, iron. This is where I'm like super old school. Set up your ironing board and iron. Especially when it comes to linen. It's not an easy fabric. And even if you're hanging a new shower curtain, iron it. You could only pick one thing to make an impact in a space. Drapes, 100%. So I will tell you, there's lots of ways to hang a drapery rod. This is when Scott and I met. I used to do the design installs without him before I met him years ago. And the first time he hung a rod, I was like, huh. It was like, not that there's just one way to do things, but it made me realize more than one brain is always better, and Scott hangs it different than I do. I think his way is the most efficient.
Whenever you go to hang your curtain rod, you have to take many things into consideration as far as where the rod's going to go, how long is your curtain panel, so that determines on how high your rod is going to be off the top of the window or off the floor. This ceiling, you also have a crown molding. So here you have the top of the windowsill and a crown molding. Neither one of them are going to be perfectly plumb or straight. You have to decide where you're going to put your level, where you're going to make it level. If you make it level with the window, it won't look level with your crown. If you make it perfectly level with your crown, it won't look level with your window. So you have to decide what you're going to use. Good long level will help you determine which one is the right way to go. However, in this situation, because they're so close, we're going to go off of the crown. Because we have this balance on the top that's covering the top of our frame, we're going to go with the crown because this distance is so short. So we're measuring our distance off of the crown molding. In order to get the distance off of the crown molding, I took my carpenter square, took the measurement from the top of the bracket to the two holes, and I marked them on my square. One here, one here. This bracket is in place. It will sit almost flush with the bottom of that crown molding. And this is going to help me line up where my holes are going to go. So I line this up to the top of the bracket, line it up with my holes, draw pencil lines on the square. Then all I have to do is come up, follow the lines where the old brackets were, put my square against the crown, and then I can draw my straight line and mark where the new screw holes are going to be. Here, 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 and then down there. Now we're going to go ahead and put the first center bracket in. So we hit the stud in the center so we don't have to use any anchors. There you go. It's on there, it's solid, it's not going anywhere. We've moved down now, we hung our center bracket, we moved down to the one of the ends. I already marked my holes in line with where their old rod bracket was hanging. Or if there's no stud in the wall where you're going to put your screw, you need to install an anchor. These are the anchors we're going to use. You can buy these at any one of the hardware stores, Ace, Lowe's, Home Depot. You can order them on Amazon. So we're just going to put our anchor in place. You always want to use a razor blade to cut through the tape and plastic holding this stuff together, but you don't want to go too deep, because if you go too deep with your razor, you're going to scar the material underneath.
I have to talk about that because, as you were saying, there was one time Scott was not with me on a job and I was using a razor on the client's brand new couch. I did it. I cut it without even realizing. I had no idea I did it, by the way, until the client was like, hey, it looks like we have a rip in the fabric. And when they sent me a picture, I was like, oh my gosh, the only way that could have happened is if I did that. Praise the Lord, the company, it's why I buy from good, high quality brands, because without even asking any questions, they were like, no problem, we're sending another cover. So all was good, but you can't always guarantee that, right? So that's such a great designer tip, honey.
Another tip for curtains, your curtain rods on your small inner rod, because your rods are extendable, they come with a little plastic piece. This little plastic guide stops the rod, this rod, from wobbling in here. Wobbles inside here. Put that piece in, no more wobble.
So don't throw that away.
So do not discard those. Okay.
One of my fine, bringing out gorgeous bowl. So when you're thinking about styling bookshelves, you want to think about all different textures. So we have wood, some type of metal, glass, and
stud right there.
Fabric. You guys know these are all the elements I put into our Free Spirit bundle every single quarter. I make sure there's an element of wood, some type of breakable ceramic or glass, a metal, and a fabric. That's my formula. Okay, plants. My sweet client, she has actually, I gave her several live plants. Now, this is an install that we've been doing for months, like even last year, and we're finally finishing up. So I was really proud to see that several of the live plants that we put in the living room are still living, but we're gonna go with some faux over here because this isn't the best as far as natural light, but make sure when you're choosing faux that you're picky. You want it to look good, substantial, and like this succulent, he looks real. Wood, again, beads, so fun. And a riser. I always talk to you guys about trays, risers. I loved that it was a different shape. So we have rectangle bookshelves, and this, I feel like I shouldn't show you guys. This is actually an item that you will possibly see in a future bundle. You guys know when I buy stuff, I literally live with it for months and months and months. So this just arrived. I fell in love, but I haven't lived with it yet. So I don't know if you're gonna get it. But for my client, I knew that I was using it as a decorative piece, but I feel very confident that it will also be a functional piece. But we're hoping the beauty and the functionality commingle with this. You're gonna forget what you're seeing altogether. Those friends that don't want spoilers. Wanna see it? Are you so excited? So beautiful. Beautiful, handmade by a tribe. I just love the story of this brand. We're gonna find a place for him. Gorgeous artwork. Yay, it's done.
Okay.
It feels finished. Artwork and drapes. I mean, if that's all you could do in your room, do that. This stunning piece is for sale on Free Spirit Marketplace. Loved the wood and the double matting. So beautiful. You will also find these fabulous bookshelves on Free Spirit Marketplace. Solid wood. Now let's get to styling these beauties. Okay, so when the bookshelves arrived, there was actually one that was damaged, so we immediately ordered another one. Again, it's one of the reasons why I test brands before I put them on Free Spirit Marketplace, because I know the quality and the customer care that we're gonna receive. So our clients, of course, got a brand new one, but I'm gonna actually strip down this shelf so that I can start fresh and kind of make a balance with both bookshelves. So I originally bought 2 baskets, one for the bottom of each shelf. Now we're gonna just flip that guy sideways and put it on the bottom of both. All about balance. I have glass over here, so I'm gonna want glass over there. So I think we're gonna move this glass candle holder to the other side. We also have glass on the top. We have 4 family photos, so we're gonna balance those on both sides as well. Here's the
Hey
thing.
everybody, I'm back.
Hey, Heather. When you're styling bookshelves, you guys just have fun and play with it over and over and over. I always tell you, take a picture, because when you take a photo, you're going to actually see what it looks like. It's kind of like us. Like, you don't really see what you look like until you see a picture of yourself. So I might like this now, but I won't know until I stop the camera, my good old handy iPhone that I make my YouTubes with, and then we see if we actually like it. We have a picture over there. We already have some type of bowl, so I'm gonna pull the blue to the other side. There. Pretty. You also have to think about balance with like the weight of an object, for example. You don't want to put something like this next to this. Like the weight of this is too heavy compared to this little guy. So I'm not even sure I'm going to use him, but we'll find out. Books. They're beautiful and they also function, right? Get inspired with a home decor book. Maybe I'll swap this. See the height on those, how they balance each other? You have the ceramic. Okay, the weight of that feels better. Don't love that. Try to bring more than I think I'll use. That way I have enough to play around with. I'm gonna move these to the other side. Oh, that's so pretty. Candlesticks can be a decorative object. You can style the bookshelf with the candlesticks, and then for dinner you can pull them off and then actually make them function, right? By putting your tapers inside. So I love how the golds, your eye kind of moves, right? So again, it's about the balance. If you have gold over here, you want to put it over there. If you have it at the top, you want to make sure your eye can move down with the gold. And it's kind of like moves like this, right? Top, because elements. See, you guys, you just have to keep trying and try again until you love it. There's that there. That can work. So we just added the different height and texture. Do you like it? Okay, so you're gonna squeeze the harp. That's how you take it off. And then your beads, even if you have beads that you want to wrap around a lamp, if you don't feel comfortable taking the whole thing off, then you would take the finial off and do the harp and finial. Unscrew the finial. Use this. You have to make sure you push those things up. And then you squeeze.
And then those little metal pieces slide down over top so that it can't just pop off.
Yeah.
They lock it in place.
And then it's really important to find your seam and hide it. Put it on the back. So there's a mirror here, so I want to make sure it's not even reflecting in the mirror. I don't see the seam even in the reflection of the mirror. Put your finial back on. A little pop. Find the correct scale for something like this. This piece they've had, they love it. So we decided, they had it over in the dining room and we decided to move it to the foyer to function as a foyer table instead. And then I measured the length of this, the height, and you can see how weighty and nice it balances the big table. Got to figure out scale, get your tape measure out, always measure before you purchase something significant like that. Already had their furniture. We anchored the room, doubled the rugs up so that the size was better. A lot of times I find that people use a rug that is too small. The bigger you go, the better, because it's going to anchor your space for you. Got this gorgeous side table on Free Spirit Marketplace. As you can see, all the pillows have different textures, colors. I wanted to pull in some of the blues that were in the rug and the wallpaper. We added velvet and cotton, linen, stripes that balance the beautiful wallpaper. So it's all about layering in the details. Let me show you their bathroom. It was completely done, but we added wallpaper and it made a huge impact. So come look at this beauty. beach, it feels coastal without having to hang seashells on the wall. I loved all the different colors and texture that reminds me of the ocean. And I love this. Look at this free spirit bundle item in her bathroom. She actually bought this at Sip and Shop and has done a build your own bundle for one of her daughters. Remember, free spirit bundle, perfect gift for you or a loved one. Okay, enough shameless plugs. When Scott turns around, we're gonna be in the guest room. Look at this space, so stinking fun. Before and after is pretty impactful in here. Come on in. With guest bedding, you want to think about layers, right? So this is actually cotton, super soft. It's summer, so she took the duvet out of it. But in the winter, this can become a duvet. Really comfortable pillows, and you want to give them a variety. So these are squishier, these are more firm. Depends on what type of sleeper you have. How much do you love this? Happy, it's literally like a hotel. So the clients had the bed and this little side table. That's all they had in this space. So we added this gorgeous headboard that you see, the lighting, of course, so fancy and fun. And I wanted to do wall sconces because it's a smaller space and we weren't able to actually put a functional side table over there. So at least they have the functional lighting while they're in the bed. There's also a little bit of storage, some more fun free spirit bundle items, and wait till you see the gorgeous lamp, mirror, and console right behind Scott that we're about to show you that are all on Free Spirit Marketplace. Guys, do you love this? I fell in love with this piece of furniture. It's so beautiful, very functional for the clients. They chose to put pictures and photo albums inside. This beautiful lamp. I want you to see too how fun. I love being eclectic, even in my design. This mirror is more modern. The gold gives it that vintage vibe. The shape of this is more classic, and this is more of a transitional piece, but it all works together, and all her fun accessories are from Free Spirit Bundle, Build Your Own Bundle. Beauty is one of my favorite pieces. You can find him on Free Spirit Marketplace. I mean, I wonder if the clients lay on this. They actually ask for a bench to put their shoes on. So that's probably what they do here. The carpet, so pretty. I wanted to anchor this little space, and they have cats who love carpets, so they didn't want one where she wasn't functional. Like, let's be honest, it's not functional to put a big rug under your bed for you to have to pull it out to clean it or wash it. So it was really important to them that we not put a rug under the bed. But I wanted to give that warmth in the space, so this was the perfect. And when they got out of bed, I didn't want them to hit the hardwood floor. So these are super cozy. So our clients kept all of their furniture in this room except the foot of the bed bench. That is new, and I just came in, and my team member Lisa did this space with me too. We had a lot of fun. Wallpaper, beautiful, super impactful, gorgeous lamps. Those are on Free Spirit Marketplace. New bedding. Now it's summer, so normally this little guy has a thick, comfy duvet in it, but you can see it's still beautiful and adds that layer at the foot of the bed, even without functioning as a duvet. But then in the winter, they can be warmer and still style their bed, where they can put this as their overall comforter. By having 2 sets of bedding, it allows you to swap it out for the seasons without actually having to buy new bedding, right? Because it's gonna look totally different in the winter when this is a full comforter laying on the full bed. My favorite part in here is probably the wallpaper. Check out the before and after pictures. Such a huge difference on the before and after. I forgot this painting is also on Free Spirit Marketplace. Love, love, loved it. It feels like oceany and vibe, like the colors, again, without sand and seashells. It's the perfect mirror in this space. We actually looked at a larger one, and the client even challenged me like, Victoria, do you think we can see one that's a little smaller? So it's for functionality, of course. I love being able to hang mirrors in spaces because it reflects and bounces the light. This beauty, Free Spirit Marketplace. So in this room alone, you can find on Free Spirit Marketplace the bench, the mirror, the beautiful lamps, the bookshelves in the dining room, the mirror in the foyer, the side table in the living room, the mirror in the guest room, the lamp in the guest room, the console table in the guest room, and the art in the dining room. So many things, oh my goodness. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. I hope you loved our little house tour for our amazing clients, and I hope you took a few nuggets away that you were inspired by. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, we would love to have you do that, because every Wednesday you will find a new video. We do everything from design installs to Free Spirit Bundle to Free Spirit Marketplace to just honestly doing life together. We are a blended family of 7. We have 2 cats and 2 dogs, if you don't already know that, and we would love to get to know you guys. So comment below, what was your favorite space that we showed you today? Was it the little dining room refresh, the living room refresh, the bathroom wallpaper, the guest bedroom complete redo, or the master bedroom refresh? Thanks again for hanging out. Have a great rest of your week. Bye, guys.
Yeah, you just got rotted.
I just got rotted. Ow!
They were sitting
That is not nice.
They were sitting in the sun.
Yeah, it was.
There was just-
hot.